administrator and assessor manager, Paula Dumas, she responded to a request for more information on the cement trucks parked out here on Route 62. She's working on it. You might want to provide a copy of this to the other members of the board, too, just for informational purposes as to, you know, how we're constrained as far as what we can do, what we can't do, and how they have to go through registering motor vehicles. So there's a whole bunch of hoops you have to jump through in order to
collect on this.
Collect on these, she puts it, elusive excise tax payments. So she's working on it for that. I appreciate the effort and the follow. The only other things I have is in relation to the Route 62 project, which is everybody's inquiring as far as where the project is at, as far as, you know, turning the lights on again, turning the lights on. And, you know, is that a final coat we're seeing out there? I know a lot of the manholes are now marked, the ones that are sunken, so we're going to be raising those. And there's a lot of concern on everybody's part as far as how it's finally coming together. I mean, it's where's the budget?
There's a big concern associated with access to the middle school.
Right, that's the other, Park and Oakdale Road. Oakdale Road, the bottom of Oakdale Road is just, doesn't work. And I know that the town administrator, Dave Hanlon, said that they were talking with the State Highway Department, waiting for some word back from them. I don't know, but school's going to be starting shortly. And that is a very, very busy place in the morning with everybody that's dropping their kids off to school. The school buses, there's no way those school buses can make that turn and stay in the lane.
And especially trying to pull out of Oakdale Road,
right.
that 2-lane, the left turn only lane, won't work because nobody will ever be allowed to get out of there.
Dave Hanlon seemed to indicated to me that he was going to put together a list of all the problems. He was accumulating all the problems and make a punch list for us to send to the state. I mean, I would recommend that we, you know, take that list and send a letter to Brad Jones and to various members saying there's serious problems here, and here's a list of things that need to be corrected. I think this has been a terrible project, horrible.
The most immediate concern, I think, is at the middle school, Oakdale Road, where those lines are painted. Well, they're painted fine.
They've narrowed.
It's far too narrow heading westbound on 62, where people coming westbound on 62 have a very difficult time maneuvering that car right in front of Oakdale Road, where the double lane is to turn in of Oakdale. People, I'm there all the time because I live there, Mike is, and they're crossing over that line and 90% of the time.
Hey, you know what, I just think from seeing it, because I go up that neighborhood too, you know.
Yeah.
I think part of that is that they're not used to that being there too. Yeah, I know, but I looked at that myself. And of course, the state's not going to allow it to be painted less than the width that it has to be, for lack of a better explanation.
You know what, go away with it.
Well,
And that's
Better
the
off
case,
without
do
it.
away with it. You're better off without it. It's safer
but
without
maybe
it.
not by the state regulations, you're not. Because the state regulations may call for, I don't know, to have that turn lane.
I think when we were talking about doing the thing, we talked about having it. If you remember George Reitmeyer, who was in New Hampshire, was talking about having a light there. But I mean, needing a safe turn off, I think that's part of the reason why it was included.
I'll tell you what I did find though, if you're going the speed limit, you have no problem at all going westbound. No problem at all.
The problem is a bus coming out of Oakdale can't make a
You
right-hand
can't make a right-hand turn. You can't come out of Oakdale.
How do you make a right-hand turn
and stay in
without
that lane?
driving into the
Oh, yeah,
turnout?
yeah, well,
You
I do,
can't-
I understand that, yeah, I know it, I know, they have to go into that,
Yeah.
they have to go into
But a
that.
regular, I have a hard time with a
Mobile
regular
lane.
automobile, but never mind a big yellow school bus.
And another concern is
But the
people-
school bus would have to cross the solid line
Yeah.
anyways to make a right-hand turn, even if it was two
But-
lanes.
But people,
They couldn't swing that.
another concern I have is people turning left out of Oakdale Road will never be able to get out of there in the morning, because your only relief was somebody would be taking a left coming in there, you'd be able to
Stopping
get
down,
out.
going
Well,
traffic.
But now you're gonna have
there's
traffic
lanes
lights
going by.
Yeah, but now you're gonna have traffic lights stopping you at
Right.
Freedom
Yeah.
and then Park. Oh, no, it's
Yeah,
gonna
you'll have a
make a
little
major
break there.
difference.
So you're going to have a spread between the
You are
traffic.
gonna get breaks in
Yeah,
the
little
traffic
break.
now, you've never had it
Think
before.
about that.
So
Yeah.
that'll be, I mean, you don't want to put a light there, I don't think Oakdale needs
If
a light.
there-
No.
If there isn't enough width to accommodate properly accommodated. I can't imagine that that lane coming westbound is a proper width.
Yeah,
To
I didn't
accom-
measure it.
To accommodate
appear to
it.
be.
You know what, I would suggest that they just go back to the 2 and not have that turn out, and again, that'll slow the traffic down, go by, someone coming out, take the left, even though they're gonna get a breakdown.
Yeah.
But, it's not safe the way it is right now.
No, I think that's one of the problems, absolutely.
We were at the finance team meeting, and
Yeah,
the
the
superintendent goes,
superintendent raised the
hey,
issue.
you know, I said, oh, yeah, we've already talked. I mean, it's a tough, and again, there's a lot of traffic there in the morning, because everybody dropping their kids off in the middle school.
I think now's the time, if we're gonna do something, now's the time, because I think once they deem they're finished, you know,
Right.
I mean, it's gonna take a while to get noticed. So
They've
I'd like
already-
to do is see us do something before the next town.
And they've already painted over.
Selectmen meeting.
They've already painted over one of the lines there. In other words, they painted the line, and then they Xed it out, and they scuffed it up
Did
and
another
painted
one.
over it, and put this other lane in there now, so let's get it fixed before school starts, at least to have that.
Can we ask for that, try to get that punch list for the next board meeting?
Absolutely.
Next board meeting's after Labor Day, school
I
starts.
did speak with the town engineer today on this issue, because I anticipated that it would be brought up this evening. He informed me that he was going to personally go out there today and look and make a decision. Really, it's a state's project, but the town will be measuring it and determining the width. And the engineer indicated to me that he will report back to me, but that the town, if it's not appropriate, the town will ask the contractor to make the correction prior to the date of school opening. So I have not heard back from him, but I did talk to him today at night. One of the things he did talk about was he was going to be speaking with the school administration about doing a test run with the school bus, because obviously, you know, we all know that it's not right, but the question will come up, well, has anyone taken a school bus and seen if it can make that
Right.
turn? So that will be done also, as the engineer is coordinating with the school administration. So as soon as I hear back from him, I would be happy to speak with the chairman and update him. We did have a discussion exactly on the matter you talked about today. And he informed me that he would immediately get to it. He was going to be going out this afternoon.
There's the poor Ray LaMonica down there, trying to direct the traffic.
The other thing that's related to this, I'd like to find out, get a date certain when the lights are going to be turned on. I know that the fact that we get the road blocked off, that purposely not done anything but the light there, but what about on the other end up at Winter?
Right.
Freedom in winter.
My understanding is there are no obstructions to having those lights, and once we restore through traffic the entire length of Route 62, those lights can be
I
active.
thought all the lines had to be in.
That may be the case. I did talk to the town engineer, and I asked him, I said, do you know of anything that's keeping those lights from being turned on? He said, no. Other than making sure the Route 68 is a through rate.
I suspect with the school opening, the light, and if we get the street open, the lights on both ends would be a big help.
Yes.
So what about the guardrail along the same stretch of road between Oakdale and Central Street, which are incomplete? That's where the accident, we get
Right.
email.
Oh, I
Haven't they been working on the guardrails along the road now?
There's one section there, and I don't know, it's a dispute with the utilities or something
It's
that hasn't been resolved?
It's
or-
where the guardrail subcontractor drilled through
Oh,
the
yeah.
conduit. And because of a dispute between the general contractor and other parties, or the subcontractor and other parties, they've left that stretch incomplete. Again, as part of the work that was mentioned, the town is putting together a punch list. Typically, that's something the state would do because it's a state project. The town engineer will be putting together the punch list, and then that will be submitted to the state. So I'm not sure that issue that you mentioned is going to get addressed much before the punch list gets completed and gets submitted.
It doesn't seem like there's an awful lot of work to be done to complete that. I mean, there's two sections there that are incomplete.
Yeah, it's a shame that a disagreement ends up to be a safety issue for us, for our town residents, because there's a disagreement between the vendors. But I mean, I would like to see the punch list sent through here, so that we could put a letter of, you know, expressing our dismay for some of these issues.
The other thing is, I don't know, what are they looking at for a they may complete, they're close,
October of this year.
this year.
But again, there's no guarantee that October of this year is an ironclad date, and no doubt the penalty provisions in these contracts are non-existent, so.
And my guess is the punch list is gonna be fairly extensive and costly. Because, some of these things are gonna end up being a patch job on a brand new
If
road.
they're gonna be done, by October, I mean, we really should get the punch list done soon. By the time they get it, to respond to it. Give them a lot of time.
The lights, you're gonna work on finding out when we can turn them on. And again, do they both have to be turned on simultaneously?
Well, that was my understanding, is the lights would all be operational at the same time.
Just because, I mean, when you work at a certain intersection, they're lights operable, they don't shut everything off.
It's a timing thing, though, goes on the lights. They time it down the road.
Could be. Anyway, Mr. Chairman, that's all I have, thank you.
I'd like to thank Town Administrator and Police Chief Purnell. I had asked Greg for some information on the town's current towing policy, because I looked at Middleton and have an impound law in town, and they're able to get some revenue for storage fees. I was just wondering what our policy was, and if we had any, we could do anything about it, just to look at some way to increase revenue to property taxes, so now. And you sent me the information I was looking for, and just gonna see what everything is going on.
Are you suggesting we impound the vehicles?
No, I was actually wondering about it, because I didn't know what our car
You got
policy
towed?
was. No. Well, I know we tow people for parking in the wrong spot or whatever, and I was wondering if we could get anything out of it. I know we don't have an impound law in town, and I know Middleton, to get storage fees for, storage of towed vehicles and impounded vehicles, so I didn't know if we could do something like that. Just looking at it.
Middleton has a town lot that the tow truck drivers tow the car to,
I believe so, yes.
and then the tow truck driver gets nothing on the stove?
Well, they get some.
Storage?
I think the town will
Yeah,
get
it
some.
wouldn't work.
No, I think the town only gets about 10% of everything. It's just they, instead of bringing the vehicles to the contract, to the actual towing lot, they bring it to an impound lot, and the town gets part of the money that's made out.
And who owns the lot?
I believe the town does. I'll find out everything. I just wanted to know what our.
Yeah, curious, because
Yes.
you'd have no tow truck drivers if they weren't gonna get the,
Well,
that's where they make their money.
I know they
is
make,
on the
I know
storage.
they make a percentage.
Yes.
And I just don't know. I just don't know what that.
You'd also have to look into the liability of the cars on that property too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, could be a problem.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, no, that was something to look at. I'd never heard of it.
That's what the city of Boston is, but they have their own tow trucks.
They have their own trucks.
They have their own trucks.
They have their own
employees,
everything.
Transportation department.
They follow you around.
Yeah, Carol, just.
No, it's interesting.
Whoever
I never
does
heard
the
of
towing
it.
for that week, it's on a rotating basis, just gets the tows, takes it
Right,
to the yard.
gets the
Gets
fees.
the
yeah.
towing fees and then the storage
Yeah.
fees.
Yeah, that's our current policy.
Yeah, it's correct. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mike?
Well, that's about it.
Joe?
I just have one brief thing. I had a few residents approach me, and they have signed up for the Verizon, FiOS, the TV. And I don't mean this in a negative light in any way, but I think it's important that the residents do understand this. The three that are watching us